This song says, no matter who you are, no matter where you go in your life, at some point you're gonna need somebody to stand by you.
870 million people worldwide do not have enough food to eat.
$22,000 children die each day due to poverty.
Developing countries are those which have a lower living standard, underdeveloped industrial base and a low Human Development Index. A Human Development Index is where countries are ranked on their human development, such as their life expectancy and educational prospects. In many of these countries, the inhabitants are not just relatively deprived, they're living in absolute poverty. This refers to when people are deprived of their basic human needs such as clothing and water.
I met a cruel mistress, she caught herself a drink.
Ghana would go bankrupt in 8 years if foreign aid was to end.
1.6 billion people live without electricity.
These countries have financial problems, meaning their occupants are materially deprived and don't have the life chances that people in other countries have. Most of them are stuck in a cycle of poverty.
At least 80% of humanity lives on less than 6
Up to the 70s, most African nations did not depend on foreign aid. It's now a necessity. Many countries offer international aid, but this can do more harm than good. But many countries rely on external donations to survive.
Did you know that in some areas of Africa there are places that have less than 50% literacy rate in children 18 or under?
Degrading images in third world countries shown by Western media has impacted their self-perception and self-image. Children's education is affected by socio-economic differences. Those in poverty are less likely to do well at school as they don't have the advantages and resources that those who do not live in poverty have.
121 million children are without education worldwide.
For example, they may not be able to go on school trips or have the access to technology which would help their education. There has been an improvement, but there's still a lot to do.
The word charity comes from the Latin meaning of love.
Charities can be community-based, national and international projects, providing help for those in need. Some well-known charities are Cancer Research, the National Trust and AIDS UK. One student-run charity in school is Greenify. Greenify is a registered charity who focuses on the environment of the school. For example, by clearing the school's pond and removing trees and plants who stop wildlife from thriving. Amnesty International is a group who had around 3 million members, aiming to help people when their justice, freedom, truth and dignity are denied. There's an international group who also have local connections, groups who will campaign on behalf of Amnesty. For example, there is a group in school who have recently hosted an Amnesty, which raises awareness for Amnesty International. However, Amnesty is only one charity among hundreds, all aiming to help people. Playing for Change, another charity, have the goal of using music to connect and help people. Music is everywhere. Most people can't remember life without CDs or cassette tapes and the artists we've listened to on them. The definition of music is a social construct. It's culturally relative. meaning it changes depending on the society of the time. For example, musicologist Natties takes a postmodern viewpoint, stating that the border between music and noise is always culturally defined, which implies that, even within a single society, this border does not always pass through the same place. In short, there is rarely a consensus. By all accounts, there is no single and intercultural universal concept of defining what music might be. There are many different genres of music, as well as different means of expressing them. Performances showcase different types of music, for example, rock concerts and classical performances. As well as for entertainment, music can have other uses and have powerful effects. For instance, music can relax or excite us, changing our mood completely. One example of this is music in films and how it's used to change the mood of scenes.
I want to do. I am leaving, and this is starting to feel like it's right before my eyes, and I can taste it. It's my sweet beginning, and I can tell just what you want. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone.
More than 500 musicians
From 35 different countries have participated in Playing for Change songs
around the world.
Playing for Change is a multimedia movement created to inspire, connect and bring peace to the world through music. The movement believes that music has the power to break down boundaries between people and can unite everyone, even reaching people from across the world.
From your heart.
Playing for Change began as a group who recorded music with people from around the world, but they believed that this was not enough. They wanted to give back to the communities where they recorded their music. Their music is available on YouTube and iTunes, where people across the world participate in covering a single song. The first single was a cover of Stand By Me, which began with a street musician called Roger Ridley. The Stand By Me video is popular on YouTube with over 58 million views as of January. The Playing for Change Foundation was then set up, which created music programs in schools which are set up in developing countries who are unable to set up programs themselves. These projects are usually set up in places which are financially poor but culturally rich, and aim at improving self-esteem and a sense of belonging for young people and social solidarity for the community. Everyone has the right to education, but many still can't receive it. Some of the programs that Playing for Change provides are very important to the communities. For example, the Tintail Village Mothers Society in Nepal uses storytelling, songs and dances to educate young girls about the threat of human traffickers. Young girls and women are taken and trafficked due to their low cultural status. Around 10,000 girls between the age of 9 and 16 are trafficked each year from Nepal to India. The program shows young girls traffickers' techniques. Playing for Change Foundation helps the group with costumes for their stories and provides travel expenses.